Does fat shaming work? Argued by many people. Some for it,
Fat shaming doesn't need to end. It needs to make a comeback.
some against it.
We know that being overweight isn't good for us.
Now, I'm not going to definitively answer this question, but one thing that I can tell you about fat shaming is that it can make your wallet fat. If you're willing to throw out all your morals and ethics, we're about to take a journey down a very strange road of basically targeting women's insecurities to make them pull out their wallet and buy a product. So here we go, let's jump into it. Hey, I finished editing this and then I realized I hadn't really set up what you're about to see. So this is a sales letter. This is Copywriting 101. And it's how a lot of people are selling products on the internet right now. If you click like on a sidebar ad or something like that, you'll get typically something like this. It tries to use very heavy emotional call outs to try to get you to buy a product. These range from legitimate to illegitimate. I think you'll find out pretty quick which type this one is. Millie, I need to stop. My husband rolled onto the cold sheets next to him. He let out a frustrated sigh and stared blankly at the ceiling. Shocked and confused, I asked him, what was wrong? He closed his eyes and let out a big breath. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't have sex with you when you're off in another world. It doesn't feel right. I love you, but something is wrong. And we need to fix it soon because it's destroying our marriage. I immediately burst into tears because he was right. I was living in another world, a world in which I was so... If you can't tell, it's all about targeting women who feel overweight and, well, that's who they target for their little program. I felt so flabby. I refused to look at myself in the mirror after I got out of the shower. I think it's so funny sometimes how people get outraged on Twitter for like the dumbest stuff, but they never get mad about this kind of thing. This sales letter starts with the woman's husband refused to have sex with her because she's too fat. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm just gonna jump through a lot of this because it's one of these things that's really long. It's basically a long sales letter on eventually selling you on a thyroid cure, which supposedly a leading hormone expert and doctor created. It's called Metafactor with iodine, and it costs $300. So basically, if you're tired of your husband not wanting to have sex with you, it's because you're fat and you need to pay $300 for this leading hormone experts thing. It's not your fault. Look, it even says, it's not your fault. I thought I was doing everything right. I was eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly. I even meditated a few times a week. I was only 42, so it was not normal to feel like this. And the idea behind this is to make you feel like, oh, I identify with this. I feel like I'm eating healthy. I feel like I'm exercising. I'm not losing weight. And then this sales letter swoops in and says, oh, it's just because you're missing this little supplement or whatever, this Metafactor for $300. They prey on your insecurities. Oh, your husband's not going to want to have sex with you if you're fat and ugly, that you're just like slouching around all the time. Nah, you need a little supplement from a world-leading hormone expert. And who is that world-leading hormone expert that's ready to come in and cure you? Well, it's Dr. Zane Sterling. Now, what's another word for a leading hormone expert? Well, you might think it's an endocrinologist, someone who studies the endocrine system, but Zane Sterling is not an endocrinologist. No, he's a chiropractor. I don't think I have to remind you of this, but chiropractors are not medical doctors. They want to be medical doctors. That's why a lot of them use the prefix doctor in their name to make you think, oh, this guy sounds like a doctor. He's got doctor in front of his name, but he's not actually a medical doctor, and he certainly is not, he's not an endocrinologist, is he? No. So why are they calling him a leading hormone expert? Oh my gosh, look at this. Dr. Zane grew up in Boise and graduated from the Boise State University. Then he went to Palmer College of Chiropractic in 1985. What does that have to do with your thyroid? Nothing at all. But apparently his unique background makes him see things differently from regular doctors. And look, if I were honest, if someone were like doing surgery on me, I wouldn't want someone who saw things differently from other doctors. I don't know about you. I wouldn't want that. Like, I'm an engineer by training. That means I see things differently from doctors. That means you shouldn't come to me for doctor things, right? I mean, it's kind of incredible. They're basically backing a chiropractor who's supposed to cure your endocrine problems because you're fat and your husband doesn't want to have sex with you. If that is what you understood out of all this, you're basically caught up. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to call out this absurdity. Not to mention, I wanted to prep you for my exciting product that's coming out sometime in 2021. And I actually created a video for you for it that I'm premiering right now. Hey, why don't you try to being fat? Tired of nobody wanting to have sex with you? Well, now everything's gonna change. Thanks to a hidden, now discovered secret formula. This is just one of our many happy customers. Some have complained that their mental cognition has gone down, and that might be because of the Himalayan paint thinner we include in every single capsule. But then again, would you rather be stupid or fat? I'm Derek, and I'm satisfied with the Super X Factor product. Incredible is the word I would use to describe it. People ask me all the time, Steven, how the did you pull this one off? And I always tell them by assembling a great team. Like this right here is Dr. Ivan Alanovich. Dr. Ivan Alanovich is a world-leading expert and doctor. Now, he's not a medical doctor per se, but he did get his doctorate in sociology. So that's pretty much the same thing, right? But before we get too much in the weeds on the science or who exactly is formulating these weight loss products, let me remind you exactly why you came to me. Because you're rotund. And when you're rotund, you need a way out.
Paint thinner.
And I'm offering it to you.
Himalayan paint thinner.
For $298.
And a little bit of cocaine.
The answer can be yours.